As someone who grew up in a household that didn't approve of console gaming, I often find myself in that awkward situation where someone asks if I've played classics such as Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing. And while now that I'm older, I've enjoyed newer renditions, I'm sad to say that I never experienced Animal Crossing or Godfather equivalents in their origin states. So, when a new game comes along that seeks to capture the essence of one of the beloved classics while adding their own unique twists to keep it original, I tend to jump on it like the bees to the flowers in my yard. Best yet, I don't have to pull out my Switch, and with my carpal tunnel, I much prefer my ergonomic mouse and keyboard to a controller experience. So knowing a game like this is accessible on my PC only makes me even happier. Hi, my name's Lil, and this is my early access review of Chilltown. Now, before we jump into it, let's give you a rundown of the game. As soon as you load in, you're told that you're about to be sent off on a grand and peaceful adventure of island life, fishing by the ocean in the morning, catching butterflies in the garden by afternoon, and enjoying the melodic sound of crickets by night. It's a peaceful experience and one that doesn't restrict you by the time of day or by one of the 3 plots of land you can choose from. Nope. Creative freedom is yours, and believe me, you're going to need it if you want to increase the town's overall star rating. Whether you want to decorate your yard or the inside of your neighbor's bathroom, you can do it. In fact, they do appreciate when you do, so don't worry, no one's going to call the cops on you for breaking and entering. This is a doors unlocked community, so all good there. To top it off, you'll even be rewarded as you discover new things, meet new critters, and build more homes for new residents to come and live. More residents means more shops, friends to meet, and things to do, so it's worth adventuring off your island to find those that might be in a less ideal spot in the world. Yes, just as in Animal Crossing, you'll be able to adventure to new lands and find secret recipes, unique plants, and fish up some truly peculiar creatures. And occasionally, someone stranded under the ocean. Honestly, it was fun. I'll get to the bugs and status of the early access in a moment, but I want to praise the game for how free it felt. I didn't feel like I needed to be doing anything. In fact, at times I wasn't even sure what to be doing, but it was accompanied by the freedom of knowing you could go catch a few fish, sell them for a reasonable price, and buy an unreasonable amount of items to decorate the area with. As someone who adores decorating but hates how inaccessible it's made in some games, I have nothing but appreciation for how easy it felt to obtain new things in this game. Not easy to the point of lacking challenge. I'll at least clarify that so that the devs don't feel the need to make it harder. But it didn't feel like I had to grind all day just to buy one measly thing either, and that's a huge win for me. I genuinely don't mind grindiness in games, but when it's overdone, it just kills the fun for me. So in this instance, a little less is so much more. I suppose if you want to add a difficulty slider for those that feel like they need a challenge in a game called Chilltown, that would be fine. But if we're sticking to the essence of the name, then I think we can maybe all agree to call it good. One thing I want to point out is that this game stands out among others that share its essence with the creature collecting aspects. I myself wasn't able to take a good look at them due to the overwhelming bugs that prevented me from advancing to get a decent look. But from the shell of what I saw, I like what's there. I can tell a lot of focus has been put around these cute critters and the collection of them, and that has me intrigued. Obviously, this is only the early access review, so as we're given more updates and eventually the 1.0 release, we'll update you on these features. The last thing I want to touch on before jumping into the negatives is that this game strives to be incredibly positive. It boasts an in-game mail system that you can use to communicate with other players. From positive little notes to questions and help, you get that sense of community in a single-player game that normally doesn't exist, and it was something I could see a lot of people loving. And the answer to your question, can I visit other people's towns, is yes. You can not only travel to explore random islands for resources, but you can visit your friends too and see their beautiful homes and gardens. Even the simple ability to interact with others can make all the difference for some people, so kudos to them for including it. Now, with all my favorite features out of the way, let me tell you why I'm going to encourage you to leave this one on your wish list for just a bit longer. Despite how much I enjoy the roots of the tree they've planted, there are simply too many bugs to make it a seamless and enjoyable experience. To their total defense, this is an early access period, and it's why I've labeled this an early access review. So anything I say past this point, you need to remember will be fixed and polished out prior to their 1.0 release. So make sure to form your opinions accordingly. But in terms of early access experiences, this was definitely one of the most fractured I've experienced in a while. From falling through the earth after waking up in the morning, to NPCs who apparently grew gills and moved underwater, and even entire exploration maps that launch you into a never-ending void that will require a restart to remove yourself from. Those were absolutely some of the worst, but nothing broke the game quite like the total lack of a crafting button, making it impossible to progress through quests. I suppose there is a chance that I missed something related to the crafting options, but let me be clear, I spent an obscene amount of time wandering around the village, talking to different NPCs, checking every menu option and UI section of the game, and to no avail. So I have no choice but to assume it's a bug. All of this being said, I will of course be continuing to play and offering this feedback to the Chilltown team so that they can get it polished and fixed. That is the whole purpose of early access periods, and I appreciate them for including me in it, as there's no better feeling than providing a piece of feedback that gets implemented into a game and makes it better for everyone. I've had that honor a few times over the last year due to early access and beta periods, so I've grown to love influencing the games we play. But we do understand that that's not everyone's cup of tea. So while I'm going to encourage you to not remove this one from your wish list, if you've been waiting impatiently for it, I will advise you to purchase with caution if you need a more finished experience. That's not what early access ever is, and you will experience bugs. And if you're like me, who enjoys influencing and aiding in the improvement of the games you play, then yes, this is one to consider supporting. But if not, it's okay to wait too. For now, I'll leave that decision up to you and say that you can expect us to be coming back to it over the next few years with updates and information related to patches, and of course, its eventual full 1.0 release. So make sure you hit that pretty red subscribe button if that interests you. There's always the added bonus that you'll learn about dozens of other great games too, so it's a win-win. With that, I'll say thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.